Hello everyone, welcome back to the Create Coding School, the introduction to coding class. How are you all? I hope that no one is sick and everyone is happy. Let's start with our second class. Today we are going to learn about what if statements are in the programming world. Before that, let's first review what we have learned last class since you all might have forgotten some parts. We learned about what programming or coding is. Programming is a process of creating a set of instructions that tell a computer how to perform a task. So basically, computer is a very obedient dog, listening to everything you tell it and doing whatever you tell it to do. So it's basically writing instructions for computers. Let's think of the following situations and we will see that programming has been all around us. First, your mom telling you to clean the house. She says, first make your bed, next run the vacuum cleaner, and then etc. etc. Here, she was kind of programming you guys to do certain tasks in order, right? In the second situation, imagine that you are clicking the left button of the mouse. You are telling the pointer to a left click. So it's kind of you programming the computer to do a left click whenever you click on the left button of the mouse. So we can see that programming has been around us. It's just now that we are learning to make programs for the computer, not ourselves. So don't be scared. And second thing we learned about was what is programming language. Basically, programming languages are tools to write the programs. In this course, we are going to learn a programming language called Scratch, but there are a lot of other programming languages out there. The third thing we learned about, well, we learned it right? The third thing we learned was what is sequence. A sequence is a set of steps for a computer to follow in order. Do you remember that we learned that programs run in a sequence? So we are telling the computer to behave in the same way every single time. But programs that only have sequences have limitations. Typically, we want our programs to be able to do different things depending on what we need, right? So for example, here, I don't want to exactly the same results every time we do a Google search. Here, I typed in Los Angeles and Google tells me all about Los Angeles. But if Google had only sequences, if I type in programming, it will give me Los Angeles, since it does not determine whether I put Los Angeles or programming. So this is not what we want, right? So solution to this is that computers can be programmed to make decisions. That means do different things in different situations. So being able to make decisions like this, when I type in programming, the computer decides to give me information about computer programming. So being able to make such decisions is what makes them so powerful. Not like this. So let's learn about how do these computers make decisions. So decisions in programming take the form of an if-then construct. Here, it has an if, and then a condition follows, and it has a then, and they have an action. So decisions in programming takes these kind of constructs. So here, the condition is the right arrow key has to be pressed in order for this to happen. So we are going to think whether the condition is true or false. So there can be two situations. First, if you are pressing the right arrow key, the condition will be true, right? And the panda will move 10 steps. The second situation will be if you are not pressing the key, the condition is false, so panda would not do anything. So this block right here gets played only when this condition is true, meaning here in this specific example that you just pressed a right arrow key. These kind of statements are called control structures since they control the flow of the program. However, even the if-then can be limiting. Only having one outcome can be very limiting because sometimes we want our programs to do something when the condition is false. And we can do this by adding an else clause. So the if then else block looks like this. You can see that there is an if here, a then here, and then else here. So the condition is the same one. You should press the right key arrow to have the panda move 10 steps. If you are not pressing the right arrow key, it will say, where should I go? So here, the condition is true, then the panda moves. If the condition is false, then it says where should I go? Now our program can perform one action if the condition is true, and a different action if the condition is false. Okay, so let's now really program. Do you remember this code? We did this last class. So it was basically making the panda move 50 steps and think, should I go more? I think I should. Move 50 steps and think I should stop, right? But today we are going to modify this section using if-then statements. So in Scratch or MBlock, the if-then statement, if-then block looks like this. If we break down this code, it is divided into 3 steps. First, the panda moves 50 or 100 steps, that doesn't really matter. And the panda will ask, should I go more? And it answers itself, but we are going to wait. The panda will wait for us to answer. I will show you later on how we could program that. And then the third part is that only if we answer yes, then the panda will move 50 steps. So this part is a little different. So here is the if statement, right? Where is the condition? I told you that condition comes right after the if. So this part is the condition. And programming condition, we put it here inside this diamond hole. We put the condition there. And then if we answer yes, that makes the condition true, then the panda will move 100 steps. Outcome goes here. Let's do it ourselves. This is our MBlock. You guys too should follow this, okay? So open your MBlock program. And then let's move it like this. So you don't have to see the panda right now. Oops. Okay, so when the green flag is clicked, remember that this is a kind of brownish color, so it's under the events. We click this and drop it here. And the first thing it should do is it moves 100 steps. Do you remember where this was? It's in the motion block category. It's here. And we are going to modify this number to 100. And then the second thing it does is it asks, should I go more? So it's not actually thinking or saying. mBlocks has this a special block called this ask something and wait. And this will help us getting our answer. So here the panda should ask, should I go more? Wait, and then it will wait for our answer. And there comes the tricky part. We are now going to use this if-then statement, right? Since it starts with an if. And the if is under a yellow tab. It says control. And here you go. Here is our if-then block. And we need to now put our condition here. And this can be a little confusing, but let's just first see what I do, and then I will explain, okay? I need this green button right here. It has an equal sign. And I will put an answer block on the left and type in yes. So what I did was I created a condition. It's the same thing as here. So if the answer is yes, right? So if the answer equals to yes, then easy, right? Nothing to be scared of. So we created our condition right here. What we need is we need to have the panda move 100 steps if this is true. So now we go to the motion block and drag and drop this, and then we put 100 steps. The only thing you should be careful is here when you write this, when you use this block, you should always press on the backspace to erase whatever there is, or else sometimes this mBlock has an error. It doesn't recognize this as yes, it just recognizes it as other things. So be sure to erase everything, whatever that's in there. Even though it looks blank, it's not. So just click on it, and then just press backspace button a couple of times and then type in your thing. Okay? So now let's see what it does. Let's press green button. Did you see that it moves 100 steps and it's now asking for it's asking us a question. Should I go more? And then it's waiting for our answer. Let's give it a shot. Let's say yes and then click enter. Did you see that it now moved 100 steps? Okay, let's try to give it a no. Let's move the panda back a little and then ask. It moved 100 steps and then it's now asking me again, should I go more? And it's waiting for my answer. I say no and click and it's not moving, right? And since I want to get rid of this, I will add a little block on here. So before moving, we will say okay for 1 second. For 2 seconds might be too long. Okay, now let's start this again. Say thoughts. Should I go more? I say yes. Enter. It says okay, and then it moves. Now we made our first programming use if-then statement. How was it? Was it difficult? Well, it's kind of easy, right? Good job. We have another exercise. Are you guys there yet? Please hang on. We learned about this if then else, right? So we need to practice using it. The if then else looks like this. With the if then else, we are going to program these parts of the program. What if I say no? If I say no, or other thing yes, then yes, the panda will stop. So whenever the panda asks, should I go more? And if we answer yes, then the panda moves, but else, if the answer is not yes, then the panda will say, I think I should stop, and he doesn't move. Good. So here the condition is still, if we answer yes, it goes in here. And if the answer is yes, we put it here. Else, if the answer is not yes, we put our second outcome in here. Clear? Let's actually do it ourselves. Let's look at this, and we are going to modify this a little. It should still have this block, and it will ask. And then we are now going to put this block aside for a while, and then we are going to go to Control tab, and then look for the if, then, else block. Here it is. So we drag and drop it here. Our conditions stays the same, right? So we are going to reuse this block and pop. And then if the answer is yes, if this is true, it will, let's just drag and drop all everything. And let's throw this away. It will say okay and then move. But else, if the answer is other thing than yes, it will say I think I should stop. Instead of just using this, let's say I think I should stop. Okay, let's see how this works. So our panda will ask, should I go more? Let's say yes. Then it says okay and moves. What about we say something like no? Then it says, I think I should stop. Our program works really fine, right? And even though it's not a no, it says, let's say, I am a panda. It still says, I think I should stop, because the answer we said was not yes. The panda wants exact yes to move. So, this was if then else block. How was it? Easy? So difficult? Okay, so today we learned about if then and if then else statements. It was all about selection. So we are going to have to evaluate the condition. If it's true, evaluate this condition. If it's true, we do this. And if it's not, we do this. And for the if else, if the condition is true, we do this. And if it's not true, we do nothing. Clear? Just keep that in mind. And if you have any further questions, please leave a comment under the post. Okay?